Fortnite is such a popular game, it's played by tens of millions of players all over the world. Seeing as the game is played by so many players, you'd think they'd have learned proper Fortnite etiquette by now, but they simply haven't. That's where we come in. It's time for all of you watching at home to relearn these unwritten rules you should never break in Fortnite. The Eliminator has loot priority. Let's start things off with one of the most popular unwritten rules that somehow seems to get broken the most. Have you ever eliminated an enemy, but then your teammate comes out of nowhere to steal all the loot, including that golden scar? It's happened to all of us, and it's hands down the most frustrating thing. We've definitely said some things that we can't mention in this video to our teammates who have done this, but they deserved it. They deserved every second of it. The rule is very simple. If your teammate eliminates an enemy, he has priority to loot his kill. Once he's done looting, then you can take everything he didn't touch. Seems fair enough, but what if you get the kill, but your teammate does most of the damage? Well, that's when things get a little iffy. It's usually difficult to tell who did most of the damage, so it's up to the Eliminator to decide whether he wants to take all of the loot or share it with his teammates. On the other hand, if someone from another squad comes in to steal your loot, you put them in their place right away and get double the loot. Sounds incredible to us, but players still just steal loot they didn't rightfully earn and irritate their teammates in the process. Please, for the love of Fortnite, don't be that guy. Loot before reviving. This is an interesting rule, but it kind of goes along with the first one. Unless you're rolling in a squad with your friends and you all follow these unwritten rules, it's smart to loot your kill before going for the revive. Heck, even if you're playing with people you can trust, it's just a smarter decision to loot your kill before trying to revive down teammates. In the end, you're the only one you can trust in the game of Fortnite. But isn't it mean to leave your teammate crawling around? Well, kind of. But you're not just leaving him there. You're not just going to get your loot and bounce. You're going to loot the kill you earned to get the loot that's rightfully yours before going to help out your teammate. The only time we don't recommend following this rule is when your teammate is about to die. If he's seconds away from returning to the lobby, you chase him down and make sure he stays in the game for good. Even give him meds and shields if he needs it. Be a good Samaritan. Next time you see your teammates looting before they revive you, don't freak out on them because they're actually doing the right thing. The less loot around you also means the less noticeable you are from afar, which could really save you. Don't thirst. This is a rule that applies to both Fortnite and real life. If you're thirsty in real life, grab yourself some water and chug it down. There's no need to get dehydrated or else you can't play Fortnite to begin with. In Fortnite, thirst means something completely different. It's the act of instantly killing an opponent while they're down instead of just keeping them there and going for the rest of their squad first. Why shouldn't you do it? Well, it's breaking Fortnite etiquette, which goes beyond unwritten rules. In Fortnite, you shouldn't thirst enemies if you don't expect them to do the same to your squad. This isn't the winter skirmish, so your kills don't count towards anything, unless you really need those challenges done. Anyway, in public matches, thirsting is unnecessary and is a good way to get on a squad's bad side. If you thirst one of their players and you go down, expect to be taken out quickly. This has repercussions for not only you, but your entire squad. We recommend not thirsting players and using them as bait instead. In a game of squads or duos, it's hard to win without your teammates. If you box in their down teammate, they'll have no choice but to make a play at some point unless they want to watch their teammate die. Take advantage of that. Chest opener has loot priority. Back to loot priority, let's talk about chests for a second. Even more annoying than your teammate coming out of nowhere to steal your kill's loot is the teammate that finds a way to steal your chest loot. Those pesky teammates, always taking what isn't theirs. Sure, chests don't have usernames written on them, but this is where the unwritten rules come in. If you open a chest, its contents are yours. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Some players extend this even further to the first one who sees the chest gets the loot, but that could lead to a lot of childish arguments. I saw the chest first. No, I saw the chest first. So we prefer to say the chest opener has loot priority. The only time this rule doesn't apply is if an enemy takes some of the loot in a chest you open. If it's not your teammate, anything goes. So just be on your toes at the beginning of a match so you don't get killed by a weapon in a chest you opened. That would suck. There's no other way to put it. Even more annoying is when you go to pick up an item from a chest and accidentally drop a better weapon that your teammate then steals from you. That's the worst thing that could happen. Share meds and shields. In Fortnite, sharing is caring. It's a simple rule to keep in mind at all times, and especially applies to medical supplies and shields. In the top left corner of your screen, you can see the health and shield of each member in your squad. It's important to keep an eye on it and see if anyone is low on health or shield. If any of their stats are low, then you should share either meds or shields with them. Even just 1 HP or 1 shield can make a huge difference in a gunfight, and you don't want your squad to have lost a battle just because you were too busy to notice that Fortnite scrub 007 only had 1 health. While it's not solely your job to make sure everyone has around the same health and shield, it should partly be every member of your squad's job. If you're low on health or shield, just ask your teammates for some. And if you're stocked up on meds and shields, ask if anyone needs any. Communication is key in Fortnite, and players will absolutely love you if you don't mind sharing meds and shield. Consider it your good deed for the day. Just don't expect others to be as kind as you are. Some players really like carrying 3 med kits for some reason. It's a real shame. Don't use the bush. When the bush was added to Fortnite late in Season 1, we thought it was a hilarious joke by Epic Games. It was really funny because bush camping was truly an epidemic at the time. Everyone was just hiding in bushes, trying to survive, and then got obliterated the second they moved on by someone who knows how to play the game and had some decent loot. It was a weird strategy that only paid off once every blue moon, but Epic Games gave players the ability to bush camp anywhere, anytime with the legendary consumable bush item that Scissors had some fun with. While it is really fun to use, it's not the smartest decision. Sure, when you're just moving around a grassy area, you're very hard to notice with the bush. But once you get inside a structure or a building, you stand out like a sore thumb. Your opponent won't need to be a member of Mensa International to know that's not an actual bush, but a player posing as a bush. If you actually want to earn a victory royale, lose the bush. Your chances of winning will instantly go up exponentially. Pro tip, if you want to lose the bush, build 3 sets of stairs and fall down them to take a little bit of fall damage. You're undoubtedly better off without it. Share ammo. Even sharing ammo is caring in Fortnite. Were you ever involved in such an intense battle that left you with no ammo for any of your weapons? Well, if you were, then you definitely wished you asked your teammate for some ammo beforehand. While it's not hard to find ammo in Fortnite, some players are very wasteful and take advantage of all the ammo at their disposal. Luckily, in a team game mode like duos or squads or 50 versus 50, it's not a big deal because you could just ask your teammate for some ammo. If you have a mic, it's as simple as asking the question, and if you don't have a mic, which you really should have if you're playing Fortnite, you could just access the command wheel and say, hey, I need some ammo. It's as simple as that, and it goes the other way around as well. If you have so much ammo, you're just rolling in bullets and rockets, ask your teammates if they need any. There's no need to carry 300 medium bullets if your teammate only has 50. By making sure everyone has ammo, you're not only being a good teammate, but putting your squad in a position to deal some damage to any oncoming squads. Just be a bit quick about accessing and dropping your ammo because you're an easy target for those few seconds. Don't build a sky base. While you can definitely build and make some amazing creations in Fortnite, it's not Minecraft, so it's a good idea to save all that creativity for playground mode and creative mode. Let's be honest, in the middle of a public match, no one cares about your gorgeous base. All it does is make you a target for players who can spot the epic creation. While making a huge base is bad enough, making a sky base like Lackland is an even worse decision. In a regular base, you can see oncoming squads and defend yourself if need be, but in a sky base, you won't be able to see who's shooting at you from below. And once they take out the ramp leading up to the base, you're done for, and will be falling to your doom before you could even say, uh-oh. The only reason why this wasn't a bad idea for Lackland was because he had a jetpack before the item was vaulted and was playing in the Close Encounters LTM. If his sky base got taken out, it was no big deal because of his jetpack, but in Season 7 of Fortnite, there are no jetpacks, so you'd be a goner. Unless you had some balloons and were quick to get them out, but odds are you would be too shocked to react in time. Don't land at tilted towers. While building a sky base is just begging to be eliminated, so is landing at tilted towers. Don't get us wrong, we love the location since it's gotten less and less popular due to the inclusion of Paradise Palms and the iceberg biome, but it's still a spot where a quarter of the players in the Battle Royale land at. Not all of us could play like Ninja and not only have 7 eliminations, but leave Tilted Towers in one piece. He's known as one of the best, if not the best Fortnite player out there, so don't expect to replicate his performances anytime soon. Even if you do find a way to get 4 or 5 eliminations at Tilted, odds are that you won't leave the location alive. In the end, the goal of Fortnite is to be the last one standing. Whether you have 20 eliminations or 0 eliminations, you could earn yourself a victory royale. If you put yourself at a high risk of dying right at the beginning of a match, you'll rarely win a game. That's why we recommend staying on the outskirts of the map. There will be less players around, meaning you'll still get just as good as loot as you would have gotten at Tilted, while increasing your chances of survival. We tend to avoid Tilted Towers like the plague, and when we do land there, we stick together. Show good sportsmanship. Have you ever been killed by a player who decided to give you a sarcastic slow clap after he bested you? Does it grind your gears because you know you weren't able to land a shot on him and now he's mocking your incredibly lackluster accuracy? Well, it's happened to all of us. Even if it frustrates you to no end, don't send him any hate mail. You're better than that. You need to show you're the better person, and restraint is a part of good sportsmanship. Don't even taunt and dance on a kill just because you know the player you eliminated is watching you. You definitely don't want to teabag him either. That's the very definition of bad sportsmanship. Keep it clean and leave the celebrating by the wayside until you earn yourself a victory royale. Only then can you indefinitely dab and run around the map doing all kinds of dances Fortnite is getting sued over. Also, make sure to follow all of the other unwritten rules we've mentioned, because being a good sport is more than just not taunting, teabagging, or dancing on your kills. It's about displaying proper Fortnite etiquette. We hope those who show bad sportsmanship get their comeuppance, or at least appear in one of the thousands of Fortnite instant karma compilations you could find right here on YouTube. Those are some of the unwritten rules you should never break in Fortnite. Do you follow all of these rules? Are there any that we may have missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to CBR for more Fortnite videos like this one. Thanks for watching.